Hey guys, and welcome back to Syn Does Tutorials. And today I'm going to do something that really helped me out when I first started, and I'd like to see if I could return the favor to some people new to Minecraft. Though I think it's a very hard thing now. There's a lot of people that know how to play Minecraft. So you click single player there, and we're going to create our first world. Well, I already have a world, but that's my building world, and that's a creative world. But we're going to make a survival world. So we're gonna make this Syn Does Tutorials, and this is just the name for the world. It will not affect anything that happens in the generation except for this, which just sets the game mode. You can have hardcore, which means you only have one life. So if you die, the world is done, and then it's no longer there. And then you have creative, which means you can just build and fly and do whatever you want. But yeah, we're going to do survival, so where we have to craft and live. We have to live and explore to keep going. Now, I think for the seed, let's make a thing called awesome. Oh, that's not awesome. Awesome seed. Let's do that. I want structures to be on, so dungeons and villages. Default world type. You can also do super flat or large biomes, but I definitely just want default for now. No cheats and no bonus chest. Done. Or you could just hit that straight away. Survival, just checking. Syn Does Tutorials, and let's go. So in Minecraft, you have two cycles. You have a day cycle and a night cycle. Ooh, and we ended up in a plains biome. Excellent. I've got a forest here, and then the sun is just rising here. So the sun will be up for, there's a 10-minute day and a 10-minute night. So during that night time, a lot of bad things spawn, and they try to kill you. So what we want to do is we want to get some wood and start building, making a shelter, doing all those sort of things we need to do. So the first thing you do is you hold it's a left mouse button, and that punches things. So like you saw those leaves, they broke really quickly, and then you punch the wood. So that way we have wood in our inventory now, in our hotbar down there. And it's very useful. Wood is needed for pretty much everything, or not everything, but it's needed to get really everything, and it's the basis of the game. So now we have 4 pieces of wood, and when these leaves here will spawn, we'll grab another tree actually, I think. When those leaves spawn, they have a chance to drop a sapling. I believe it's 1 in 8 chance to drop a sapling, and oak trees as well also have a chance to drop apples, and I believe oak trees in swamp biomes have an increased chance to drop apples. And I think Generic B talks about that with his swamples. So yes, now we have 9 wood in our inventory. We can open up our inventory by pressing E, and then you place it in your crafting table. You can right click it or left click it. If you right click it or left click it. If you right click it, it divides the stack in half and it puts it there. So let's make everything but 1. So now we have all these wood planks, and as you saw, I just clicked there, and if you press shift and left click, you'll pull the full amount through whichever's in your crafting table. So now what we want to do is we want to make and here to place blocks, I am just right clicking on it. So there we go. So that's pretty easy to do. Actually, you know what? And then if you just normally click like this, again, left clicking, it'll pull all the things out into your inventory. So that's great. Now we need to make a crafting table. So at the moment we have a 2x2 grid, and that's great, but we need some extra room here. So to put that in, so we've made a crafting table, pretty simple. We plop that down on the ground. Down, there we go. You can't place blocks where you're standing, so that's something to think about. So first off, let's make something to defend ourselves with. We have a wooden sword. Excellent, we'll put that down there. Now we need something to mine with. So to make a pick, you put 3 across the top and 2 there. And if you when you're right clicking and you drag across, that'll place 1 of each of those blocks down. And when you're doing the same thing with sticks, 1, or if you use just the left click and hold it, it'll drag equal stacks down. So that's pretty cool between that. So yeah, we have a wooden pick here, and we can make all these other tools, but I'm going to make the other tools out of stone. So let's have a quick look around, see what we can find. There's a wolf here. We can't eat a wolf, so there's no point looking at it. There's plenty of wood here. Let's see if did this drop any saplings? Yes, it did. So there you go. We got a sapling here, so we can actually replant this if we wish. And over time, a new tree will grow. You can also use bone meal on it, but that's for a later tutorial. We'll get into that later. So as you have a look now, the sun is nearly halfway, and I've spent the time just talking and not doing anything productive. So if we have a look over here, we have sheep. sheep are useful for wool. If you shear them, you get a lot more wool than if you kill them. So you're best off to shear them if you can. If you're in a bind and want to have a bed really quickly, you can kill them. But I'm going to leave them there because I'll make a bed in another episode. I'm going to use the first night to to get sort of excited. And I see horses over there, so excellent. I'll talk about those in just a second. But here we have a cave, nice dark cave. It goes underground. You find a lot of goodies. There are certain levels, different ores start appearing. So coal, which we can see over there, which we'll go get in a second, appears anywhere. Iron is under sea level, and then gold, diamond, and all those sort of good stuff. Redstone and lapis are all underground. So I'll save the caving for later when we're a bit more equipped. For now, it might be a bit of a death trap. So this is coal. As you can see, it looks like a stone with black dots in the center, and you just hit it with your pick. Now, if you were to hit it with your bare hand, which I'm going to do here, see, it takes a lot longer to break, and something that happens like this, when you break the block, you won't get the block back like that. See, as you saw there with the dirt, it went really quickly. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit here. We're just going to break a few of these blocks because we need some coal for the night, so we can light our little house up that we're going to build. And there we go. And I'll grab some stone as well to make another pick. So there are all different types of tools you can make. They all require the stone. We'll go into here. They all require these sticks here, stone sticks, wooden sticks, and you need to make that. So there we go. So same thing as before. You just make the head out of stone. So you get a stone pick. Excellent. I'll save that for later because I will be using it. And I'll put my coal there. This is just the way I like to organize my stuff. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an iron shovel as well, and we're going to make a few torches. We'll make 2 torches for now. 2 loads of torches, and as you can see, this makes 4 per stick and coal. So if we shift click that, there you go, we can see we've got 8. So now we have a bit of light, and we have we'll take our workbench back, or our crafting table back with us, and we'll go have a quick look at these horses. So as you can see here, horses are 1.6 generation, and they are only generated in plains biomes, which is what we're in now. So if you have a look there at the second bottom line, there's a B and it says plains, so that's pretty cool. Another thing is you've seen the seed, and I'll put the seed in the description below if you'd like to use this one as well and follow along. But yeah, so the other thing I'm going to get into is, so now we have some tools. We're doing pretty well, and we're getting pretty safe. I think it's time to get indoors and get prepared for the night. Or not, we don't have to get inside just yet, but we should just start, maybe just nut out a little bit of an area for us to be in tonight at least, because it gets dark, and it gets dark fast. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to put some cobble there, and I'm going to put my crafting table here. We'll put a light inside, and you know what? I feel a bit claustrophobic in this room when it's only 2 high, so I'm going to make it 3 high. You can definitely walk around in 2 high, that's fine, but yeah, I just don't like it. I'm going to leave this as it is. I put 1 torch in here to keep it light, because if the light level there, which is on the same on the second bottom line, it says the BL, that is your background light, and the SL is your sunlight, and the RL is your real light, so that's the real light level. So the highest of those 2 will be your light level. When that light level is 7 or below, mobs can spawn, and they will and they can attack you, which is sort of sucky. So yes, so what I'm going to do is, now we've got our little room here, let's make a wooden door, so that way we can survive through the night. So we'll run outside, and it doesn't really matter where you place it on the ground, and it covers that block. And so we don't get lost, let's take that out and take that out. So we've got a nice easy way to think. So this is going to be our first shelter for the night. And I think it'll be well worth it. I'm going to run back over here. Well, actually, let's have a look. So over here we have a jungle, which is pretty cool. I'm sprinting at the moment, and that's probably not the best idea, because if you have a look at the bottom right, we have a hunger bar, and that when that runs out, we will start starving, and we will die if you're on anything but, I think, easy. In normal, you will die, and on hard you will die as well. I think easy and peaceful you will not, but that's another story. Okay, guys, so we are now heading into the jungle. Oh, pumpkins are over there. Excellent. If worst comes to worst, we can maybe make some pumpkin some pumpkin pie, but I'm going to need some sugar as well. Now I'm having a quick look for, I found some chickens. Okay, so, and also remember guys, if you're going to jump off things, have a look how far the drop is, because well, I'll show you here. There you go. I took fall damage from falling too far. You can get enchants that stop the damage hurting as much, but there we go. So I got some chicken. But you're better off trying to avoid the damage in general. I'm sure we'll be able to find some chickens as well later on. So those chickens were sort of trapped in the foliage here. And come back here. I need I need to eat you. There we go. So as you can see now, we've got 3 raw chicken, which is great, and it will heal 1 heart. Sorry, 1 bar of hunger, but it's not. It won't be enough. For us now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to go cook it, and we're going to go cook it in a furnace. So, oh, come here. So I'm just going to grab a bit more chicken, and chickens spawn a lot in large numbers in jungle biomes like this one here. As you can see, all the trees are different. The wood will be different as well. So yeah, so as you can see now, you're starting to get a sunset horizon there. So I think it's time to start heading back to our house. And as you can see, I'm not regenerating health at the moment. You will auto regenerate health when your food is above, I believe 9, isn't it? Was it 9 or 8? Sorry, 8. When it's above 8, 8 drumsticks. So that's something important. You know what? I'm just going to sprint here just to get home quicker. I know I said you shouldn't do it, but do as I do as they say, not as I do. Would probably be best. And to sprint, it is double forward. So if you press in quick succession on W, you will move forward. So to make a furnace, we go around the outside with stone, and that gives us a furnace like so. So that's great. What I will do is because I think we're on hard, I'll just double check that. So you go to options and difficulties on hard. So a zombie, when they spawn outside, they can knock down wooden doors on hard mode. So definitely be wary of that if you're playing on hard. But you're more than welcome to play on anything you wish. But yes, so that's just some keen tips I'm giving you. So we've got some raw chicken here, and we're going to put some coal in there as well. So that coal's going to, as you saw, that coal was used up. It's now heating this furnace. And we'll wait till we get our first one. Brilliant. So we now have cooked chicken. So now when we eat this chicken, and to eat, you just you hold it in your hotbar, and then you press the right button, and that's your use button. And as you saw, we ate it, and it got us back up to 2 from full. So let's have another chicken, and we'll see how our health works. So there we go. So now our hunger is full, and you should see, there we go, and we've got that final heart back. So that's great. Now I'm just going to open the door. So as you can see over there is a creeper. They are silent but deadly. And here we have some zombies. So in recent patches in hard mode, they track you from about 32 blocks, and they know about me. So let's go inside and close the door. So I probably will have some unruly neighbors for the moment. They'll start knocking on that door and trying to make our life pretty miserable. So while we've got time here, we should probably just dig out a little bit of a hole here and enjoy what we've got. Now, one keen thing you can do is you can put a wall in front of it. So let's say, I'm just going to rearrange this. Let's say they knock down this door and a skeleton comes. Now, a skeleton is a mob. It's an undead mob, so it will burn in the sun. And it will also, I'm just going to get rid of that for the moment. I'm going to move those things in a second. It'll burn in the sun, but it will also fire arrows, so it doesn't need to be right next to you. It can be just away from you. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just building a nice little passage here, so when we come in the door, we can move around. So my chicken's going to fall out of that when I knock it over. I'll get rid of that quickly, and then we'll get rid of this. And then, I'll just place that back down again. So as you can see here, we've got a nice little shelter here. We can make it a lot bigger by digging out like this. And on your first night, you should definitely spend some time just digging and going like so. So this way, you spend your time getting hopefully some resources, maybe look for some more coal. I think tomorrow we'll go and get some more wood. I probably should have grabbed some more when I was out there, but I sort of got sidetracked with a few other things. So I think I'll dig out this room to this size. We might make a chest, and we'll see how we go. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? whoops. I'm going to put down my crafting table again, like so, and then I'm going to put down my furnace again, like so, and I'm going to show you. So just in case you can't find any coal anywhere, you can burn sticks, and you can burn wood, and the wood turns into, wait for it, 3, 2, 1. Come on, guys. There you go, charcoal. So once you have charcoal, you can use that pretty much the exact same way as coal, and it does work like coal. So you can make torches out of it. It will burn, and it will burn for the same amount of time. So what you're best to do is to make, if you don't have any coal, you make your charcoal. Then you put your charcoal in, and you put your wood above, because it's the most efficient burning time, at least for the moment, and it will burn up to 8 items. So when you put in wood, you put in 8. If you put in, to be the most efficient possible, you put in 8 at a time. I know I only put 6 cooked chicken in, but that's all I had. So yeah, guys, I think that's going to be a lot of information to take in, at least for the beginning. And I hope you've learned a bit. I'm going to be going through this tutorial series, sort of one step at a time. I'm not going to be. It's not an LP. It's going to be a tutorial series. So that way, I'll show you sort of different things in the game and everything like that. So yeah, guys, be ready for the next day, and we'll come back in once we're ready. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoy this. Yeah, if you'd like to see more videos, please subscribe, and a thumbs up always helps. And yeah, if you want to check anything in the comments that I didn't show or should show, yeah, that'd be great as well. But yeah, guys, as always, have a good day. Syn out.